Hey everyone at Intermediate Comp, welcome to the premiere showing of how to make an outline, or at least how to do it properly. To begin with, I just want to say set six. This outfit's for you. I know it's been a while since I've thrown out or have worn my Racine United warm-up jacket, so I know you've been missing it, so I'm wearing it for you today. Otherwise, I apologize for not being at school. If you have questions, give me a call. You can text me, email me your questions, or I am going to be at school tomorrow. If even my kids are sick, my wife will take care of that. Anyway, that's right. My youngest, Beckett, is sick. He woke up this morning, said his tummy hurt, and then shouted down, "Hey, Dad, I got poop sauce." So poop sauce is kid term for diarrhea. Anyway, it's been a lovely morning, changing a lot of underwear and a lot of cleaning up. But I found some time. I want to make this video for you guys. I think this might be a little late for set 4, but you guys can watch it in the interim. Anyway, I also brought up my son's poop sauce. I thought it would be a good segue into what we're going to discuss here. How so? Well, right now you guys got a lot of loose items out there, notes on all these different questions, and what an outline can do is firm that up, make it a solid plan for you to write your draft as we begin that next week. So, Joey, I appreciate you laughing out loud at that. Otherwise, those of you who didn't find that funny, get a sense of humor. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you just through the Purdue Online Writing Lab and some of the key things that we're going to be focusing in on. And that is parallelism within our outline, coordination within our outline, and then there's this thing called subordination. You'll find all this information on the Purdue Online and Writing Lab. So let's get to it. First of all, on Purdue Online Writing Lab, you can go ahead and you can find just the section that deals with outlines. Real simple. Just again, just you can Google it. You can go to the Purdue Online Writing Lab and you can go right up in here and search for outline, and it should take you to this section. As we look at effective components for that, we're looking at first of all parallelism. Parallelism, if you look at this, is to make sure that every heading begins the same way. In their example, it is choose desired colleges, prepare application. They both use verbs. I'm going to take you to a wind energy outline from one of the freshmen, and let's take a look at their parallelism or lack of it. This person ends up having costs that are associated with wind energy and energy output compared to traditional energy of coal and nuclear. Not as parallel as what we would like. I think a very simplistic way that they could go about doing this is just changing it up and wind energy costs. And we can just leave it at that. And we can delete that. And then we can move into here and we can move into wind energy output. And from there, now you have more of a parallel within your outline. So that's what we mean by parallelism. So that's the first thing. Second thing, coordination. The coordination is, as you guys go into each heading, you want a more detailed under the subheading. So under this one, it says visit and evaluate college websites. What does it tell you to do? Note important statistics, look for interesting classes. And so that just brings it down to more detail. Taking a look at another example, we can look at this one. Cost to purchase, determine size needed. Determine, I think they could have this parallelism too here, is determine desired location. I think that's where they could fix this one. Determine desired location. So that's something that they could focus on within the coordination of it. And then finally, the part that I want to look at here is the subordination. And that is information in the heading should be general while the information should be more detailed. Actually, that's what we're kind of hitting on. Actually, the last thing then is division. There's 4 things here, but subordination, that's the same thing as we kept moving forward and talked about. Anyway, then division. This is probably the most critical part of your outline as far as the rubric that we'll take a look at. You can't have a 1 unless you have a 2. You can't have an A unless you have a B. So it says each heading should be divided into 2 or more parts. And that goes all the way down to any one of them. If I have an A, I have to have a B or more. If I have a 1, I have to have a 2 or more. You don't have to keep going down, but again, if you have a 1, you have to have a 2. You can't just have a 1 and that's it. You can't just have an A and that's it. If you do, you should absorb it in the heading above. So that's what we're looking at when it comes to the Purdue Online Writing Lab. Again, the 4 main things: parallelism, the coordination, the subordination, and then the division, which is basically saying make sure you have it divided properly. All right, with that being said, there's just one other area, probably more with dealing with your format and maybe just the look and feel of this. I'm perfectly fine with you just putting outline. That can be it. It should be double spaced. It should be 12-point font. Can you put your title? Yes. And that's where you can go into getting more clever. Like right here, they have wind energy, and it should be centered. So we will center that. Secondly, you'll note that this is presently 14-point font. It should be 12-point font. It just says wind energy. I think we could be a little bit clever in what we're going to write about. So it's on wind energy. What would their head title be? You did this in your proposal, so that would be the title that you could put up there. If this is wind energy, the winds of change. So that could be our title for this paper. Next thing that I want to point out here is this person, the first Roman numeral that you're going to have should be introduction. That's it. That's all you have to have is introduction. And they don't have that. Right now they have practical solution and it's still a question mark and it's still working and I'm okay with what they did here. But in the end, for you guys, you need to Roman numeral 1, introduction. Now you'll note as I hit enter that a Roman numeral 2 popped up right away. This person did not use the auto format, and you should use the auto format. It's a very simplistic thing to do. If I bring this up, now I have the auto format on there. If I also would take this one up, it's now Roman numeral 3, but you saw that it was A. I'm going to tab this over and it automatically becomes an A. So in the same way, I'm going to bring up 1 and 2. It turns into an A. I wanted this to be a 1, so I hit this one there. And this is again the auto format. 2 is automatically going to come there. Now how do I change these? It's a really good question. Again, they ended up changing this. And we want to get the third one, and now you shift tab and it'll bring it over when it goes to the auto formatting. These are going to be 1s and 2s again. I'll do this quick. Tab to make it 1. Taking it back up, this becomes 2. This C I want back under auto format, so if I delete this so that it comes back up to here, and then shift tab will make it go backwards. And again, that's how you go about doing this. Now you could also go and change this all up in this area as well. This is your outline section under bullet. Oops, I'm sorry. Under 1, 2, 3, the numbered list, it gives you choices. This is the one that you want to do. Roman numeral 1, capital letters, and then regular numerals. This is the outlining system that you want. If you were to go beyond that, and this person maybe has this set up, it'll end up going to A with a comma, and we want to, or with a parentheses, and we want a period. So we could just put something here, and now it'll always come up with the periods instead of the parenthetical part of A. So that's how you get the auto format. You got to play around with it. There's some tabbing, and like I said, Shift Tab will send it back over the other way. Shift Tab will bring it over that way, and Tab brings it to those. All right, that should help you out. Maybe one last thing that I didn't mention. All of this should be double spaced. So as we take a look at this, that was their rubric. Just go up here and we double space. And that's it. So there's the formatting part of it that we finished with, and then the other parts of it, making sure that you have parallelism, the coordination, the subordination, and division. I would really like to stress the parallelism and then the division part, and then finally the formatting. Those I would say are our three main things that we'd like to focus on. The subordination and the coordination, certainly look at that and try to achieve that in your outline. Again, if you have questions, we'll have tomorrow. Again, you also can email me, text me, call me if you have questions on that, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. All right, and enjoy the rest of your day.